Right, today's read, 18th of January 2021. What do we need to know, Spirit, please? Well, it's there already. 44. So let's see, Spirit, please. What do we need to know? What's the most important thing for today, 18th of January 2021? The card is the Moon. And it's about being torn or between two properties, two people, two situations, between what you want to do and what you should do. And we'll know when the cards come out whether we're clear about that or not. It's so last again, aren't they? Because I've missed it. Oh, there it is. So, stuck in a rut. And the same card as yesterday. So we're waiting for the 20th, I think. Same card as yesterday. Same card as yesterday. So, the most important cards here are the two major arcanas. Something you've been working on for a very long time was built on unfirm foundations. It wasn't solid. Could be career, could be finance, could be relationship, could be anything. It's been at least 3 years, or it will be at least 3 years. It will not pay off. If you're just beginning a 3-year study, obviously, especially with the lockdown, this is going to be a problem. And it's about lack of teamwork. Those born on the 20th, living or past, date for your diary and address, massively important in a negative way. Something is coming back from the past to be settled. It will haunt you until it does. And we are going into Mercury retrograde, so there's no surprises there. It could be dental problems because it's described as a toothache patched up as an extraction is required. It could be health issues, it could be anything. But you cannot move forward until this is settled. Sagittarius energy, those born on the 14th, living or past, date for your diary and address, massively important in a negative way. It's an imbalance. It's possible addictions, shopaholics, alcoholics, drug addicts, addicted to a way of life. It's your rite of passage. It's being tested. Your faith is being tested. Impatience, intolerance. So very confused about which path you want to take. It's being a hard path, and sometimes when it's a hard path, you really don't want to give up or seem to be a quitter, but this has been a path of blood and tears. Emotional, because it's the water signs, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, and those born 1970 plus or minus 12 February to February, because we've got the 3 dogs at the mouth of Hades. Someone is having to defend themselves from a threat. And they can only rely on themselves. There's no one there going to save you or help you. There has been an offer or message of love, but it's leaving the picture. It's still there, the love's still there, but they've left the situation. Because that's unconditional love. And it's moving away from this. But apparently we need to see what the next cards are, because when this card's upside down, it means that there's a coming arrival of something. It may be something returning from the past, and it is negative. 6 months even into the future it could happen. So be prepared. So water sign and Sagittarius are mentioned. All the signs are mentioned in a vague way, but water signs and Sagittarius are the most important. The Sagittarius is definitely negative. The water sign is confusing. Issues from childhood or with children. Sometimes this card means child abuse. So if that's the case, then I'm very sorry. There's a lot of confusion here, and somebody needs to defend themselves. Yeah. You're stuck because somebody doesn't want something to end. But what they don't realise is once it does end, there will be a whole new beginning that's much better for them, a better fit. Those born on the 13th, living or past, date for your diary and address, massively important in a negative way. So it could be the 13th and 14th of next month, or it could be those born on those days. And there we have the Knight of Cups doubled up already. So yes, somebody eventually will get over this. They're taking their love away. They're leaving now. So, yeah. They're in a very dark place, wherever that is. It could be about the reproductive organs or shared resources, because it's Scorpio energy. A missed opportunity with someone for a new life, a new job, a new career, new financial stability. And there we have it again, doubled up already. Someone from the past returning, children, childhood issues. But it looks like they need to be settled. It will cause friction, competition, but don't be afraid to stand up for yourself. Don't let people walk all over you. There is a codependent situation here though. Somebody cannot stand on their own 2 feet. So it may be an argument with the kids. And it may be as simple as, because it's the reproductive organs, it may be as simple as the daughter's having mood swings because of her issues with her mum flares. And somebody maybe wants to leave home, but they can't do that financially by themselves. So you're stuck with an ungrateful kid that wants to move out but can't because they're still living off you. It could be many different scenarios. It could be issues from your childhood where you are codependent on others for something. But it will mean a house move, I believe, or lack of celebrations, lack of happiness within the home. Again, we have as an external energy, and we had this yesterday, that was born on the 19th, living or past, date for your diary and address, massively important, bringing things to light, removing blockages. That was born 1966, plus or minus 12, February to February, and children, and travel. It may be that you need to get some professional advice from a doctor, priest or lawyer, or there could be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, female involved in the situation. This is also the woman scorned. She will cut people out of her life without thinking twice. Things are becoming glaringly obvious. Oh, there's the first one. Again, we've doubled up. The 20th is a negative energy. So I did say about the astrology on the 20th, didn't I? It's supposed to be heavy duty stuff. So those born on the 1st or the 28th, living or past, date for your diary and address, massively important in a positive way. So you are manifesting your own reality. And you have to stay positive, don't put any negative thoughts out there, because how you behave is what you attract. There is definitely some insecurity within the home and family life. Could be financial, could be emotional. There is fast and rapid communications, possibly externally, passionate, and it's gentlemen start your engine. So get ready, on your marks, prepare to move. You need to grow, your soul needs to grow. Your happiness and abundance depend on it. So those born on the 3rd or the 30th, living or past, date for your diary and address, massively important in a positive way. There may be involvements with mothers, mother-in-laws, mothers of your children, pregnancy even. And if there's been issues with the reproductive organs, maybe that's what's the trouble is. Sometimes when people's hormones are all over, they are quite nasty. But it's growth. It can be merging of families. It can be abundance in finance. It can be abundance in happiness. Again, we've got the Page of Vessels. So immature offers of love, possibly water sign children. Somebody who's very loving but not giving enough. Oh dear. So there is a separation here, or a choice that somebody doesn't want to make. I was born on the 6th or the 24th, living or past, date for your diary and address. Massively important in a negative way. Gemini energy rules the hands, arms, shoulders, communications and siblings. Some decision you don't want to make. A separation of some sort. Bottom of the deck is the King of Vessels, so somebody may be turning to drink. They're over emotional, especially if this is a daughter that wants to leave home, possibly because she's got pregnant, and the father figure is very, very emotional, over emotional about it, possibly drinking too much. Could be a partner. You'll know where it fits with you. In one scenario, I've got that the child wants to live elsewhere with another parent, and if that's what they've got to do, it's not that they don't love you, it's just that they need to grow, they need to stand on their own 2 feet. So we shall see. Yeah, somebody's observing this, somebody's watching or spying, looking at things from a different angle, different point of view. Lack of communication. So somebody's been blocked. There's a gentleman coming into your life that will, in a positive way, that works within the home for people. And there is hope. There's a married woman with children becoming a single mother. Money coming from an unexpected quarter. And problems with an elderly female, possibly the matriarch of the family. Someone is refusing to look at documents or think about documents. Could be wills, could be just simple text, but it looks like it's more important than that. Just refusing to think about it, pushing it to the back of the mind. The written word. Yeah, there's some unfinished business here that needs finishing, which is the 20. Unfinished business, something needs settling. You need to repair the damage. There is some sort of coincidences about to occur because it's the 18. The Spirit are going to bring you messages today and you have to look for them. Random occurrences, songs on the radio, animals, birds, insects, you can look them up on your animal totems. Numbers on a clock, Angel Numbers by Joanne. Everything today may have meaning. Anything random where you think, oh, that's strange, maybe a message from Spirit. Because you are blessed. Whatever happens, this is a blessing in disguise. It's about a soulmate. The Mercury retrograde is about mending. It's about redoing. It's about going over things and replaying them till you get them right. Somebody is definitely thinking deeply about this, number 44, and which I know because it flipped over. The wild card is the 44. And there we have it again. We had that yesterday. Regeneration. This is the phoenix rising from the ashes. So this is, in effect, the judgment that we've been ignoring for so long. It is going to happen anyway. There will be complete destruction of a situation so that you can begin again. And it looks like it's down to the masculine to do it. So, as I said, that number 44 is important because this card is the 44. It's about revolution. In our personal lives and in the external public life, there is going to be massive changes. Nothing is ever going to be the same again. So you have to be prepared and expect the unexpected. Yeah, this is your rite of passage, which is where I started by saying it's the rite of passage. You are on a threshold to your new beginning. Revolution is actually something that starts in your heart. This card spells nothing but change. It's one of the earliest forecasting tools in astrology is the eclipse. Because of the dramatic sky events, the ancients understood major transformations were about to happen. And since these eclipses looked so dramatic, ancient people greatly feared them. And we did have solar eclipses last year, and they last for a very long time. Since during an eclipse, the sun and moon give the impression they're disappearing. So we have the sun and we have the moon. Where is it? There. The ancients associated eclipse with serpents. So those born 1965 plus or minus 12 February to February may be involved. And they believed were devouring the lights from the sky. From this, the ancient formed the idea of death and rebirth. So the Scorpio energy, which is what we're avoiding. Death and rebirth. In other words, when it comes to eclipses, something has to die for better to be born. In the case of the solar eclipse, the effects are longer lasting. The solar eclipse occurs during the new moon when the sun and moon are in opposition. So the sun and moon are two opposites. Opposite energies. But they are perfectly aligned. So chalk and cheese getting on like house on fire. For a brief time, the moon obscures the sun, blocking it from view. So you're in total darkness, you don't know what to do. You don't know whether you're coming or going. In essence, this is a blackout. And we have had blackouts. So watch for blackouts, power cuts, etc. Internet blockages. It means we must focus on what is directly in front of us. Usually a change or shock is in store, which may not be welcome. But it's necessary for you to move on and grow. Where is she? When the solar eclipse turns up, you can expect a swift change. It will end one chapter and start a new one. You may have felt something eventually would happen, not having recently paid much attention to the situation. Then you're presented with a shock or a jolt. And you're reeling over this sudden change. This upheaval takes away what has been familiar and safe, so you can embark on new territories or even venture to strange and new terrain. But it will be daunting. These events may seem like negatives at first. So, blessing in disguise, where am I? Well, we know it's there, don't we? A divorce, the end of a relationship, being forced to move. So, being forced to move, end of relationship. Or losing your job. Eclipses tend to affect relationships foremost, however, and so you may soon be or see stresses and upsetting changes in the relational support you have counted on. So problems within the home and family life. Where's that tent? There it is. For whatever reason, these may be taken away, either for the time being, but perhaps permanently. So the one thing you can count on is that your life will go through a complete rearrangement. The energies are saying that it's necessary to be cruel before being kind. Eclipses are not always on the downside, and you may find yourself having to dive in, change something, fix something, mending, or create something you hadn't really thought of but will work out brilliantly. that ends up transforming your life in all the ways you've hoped for. Which I say, hope. We've got hope. We have got hope. Where is she? There. No. Well, I know she's there somewhere. There she is. Hope. Maybe it will be beyond your wildest dreams. All in all, when the solar eclipse card turns up, it implies you are being forced to make a decision to act on it. There will be no stepping away from this. You can try and ignore it, but it's still going to happen. Even though you may not have been consciously aware of just how much certain issues were not working. It's not working. It's time to look ahead and finally resolve what's held you back. Now is time to begin anew and start a new chapter in the book of your life. So what did I say about got one missing. Got the blessings in disguise. There is a card missing. Well, can't find it. But Unfinished Symphony, that's the one I'm looking for. It is a blessing in disguise, and there is an unfinished symphony. There it is. So it's time to look ahead and finally resolve what has held you back. This is about rapid changes in direction of your life path, rising to sudden challenges. Change is in job and residence. So we're going back to, again, being tested. Major adjustments in the home, family situation, breaking old patterns, being pushed in new directions, self-mastery, working with the shadow side, feeling lost, being in the dark and facing what needs to be faced, willingness to reinvent, being thrown off balance, exactly so. Then finding your balance once more. A shakedown, a starting a new path, being zapped into awareness, becoming present, being required to awaken, being no longer able to rely on the familiar. This is a crisis, a change, a divorce, a dissolution, a breakdown, a build-up and a relocation. Brilliant. Thank you, Full Circle Spirit. Thanks for listening.